Hello, everybody. Good morning. Some of you, I guess it's afternoon. We're going to get started here with Marky in just a minute. We'll give everybody a second to hop on. We encourage you to use the chat at these USA Mortgage Speaker Series webinars. Please hop in the chat. Let us know where you're joining from. And then throughout the entire presentation, feel free to engage with Marky. Let her know if you have any questions. So we are so lucky to have Marky with us today. This is the USA Mortgage Speaker Series. I'm Katie Otto, Vice President, Realtor Relations. And if you're not familiar with USA Mortgage, maybe you're new, this is your first time, we do this monthly speaker series to help agents bring them good information to grow their business. So again, use your chat. Let us know where you're joining from. Oh, we got some chats coming in from Texas and Nebraska. All right. Hello, Giuseppe. So let's talk about a quick rundown on USA Mortgage, and then we'll talk about our amazing guests today. But USA Mortgage, if you're not familiar with us, we are located, our corporate headquarters in St. Louis. That's where I am, but we are licensed in 49 states across the country, over 100 locations. And so if you don't already know a USA Mortgage loan officer, reach out to me. I'll be happy to connect you with one. One of the great things about USA Mortgage is that we have a phenomenal marketing department that supports our sales staff and gives you a ton of resources to grow your business. So we have in-house print marketing, digital, brand strategists, social media content. So we are there for you. And because we do everything in partnership, there is a great savings to you. It's very affordable. We do all of that in-house and keep everything completely RESPA compliant. Our compliance department looks at everything. So if you need to learn more about that, like I said, reach out to your loan officer or myself, and I will get you connected to the right person. So awesome. Look at all these people joining us. Washington, Lake St. Louis. Hi, Sandy. Arizona. This is awesome. Colorado. Marky just got back from Colorado. So Marky Lemons-Ryle is our guest today. And if you have not seen Marky, you are in for a treat. She has the best energy of any real estate presenter that I've seen in recent times. So that's just my own personal opinion, but and Marky is also, we are very lucky to have her as our esteemed guest today. She was recently named the NAR podcast host. So that's amazing. Congratulations, Marky.
Thank you.
I was so happy to see that. But Marky is an educator, a keynote speaker, what is it? 6-time author, world best-selling author. I mean, we could go on and on and on. But the other thing is that she is a boots on the ground realtor as well. She's involved with the Chicago area realtors. She creates CE for us, and her passion right now, though, is getting out there and letting the realtors know about the latest and greatest in technology to get your business going, automated systems in place so that you can get out there and grow your business. So I'm going to turn it over to Marky. I'll be back at the end to talk about our speaker series next month. But go ahead and take it away, Marky. Thank you.
What's going on, my fellow real estate professionals? I'm your girl, Marky Lemons-Ryle, real estate keynote speaker, 30-time published author, 6-time international best-selling author, and the new voice of Drive with NAR, the podcast of the National Association of Realtors. I teach class from the concept of seek first to understand. This year is a lot of celebrations for me. It is my 30th year in education. I started out in 1993 working for Chicago Public Schools, and it is my 20th year as a realtor member. If you have any questions, please feel free to come over into not the chat, but I'm seeing that I believe that I saw we had a Q&A. I would like for you to drop those in the Q&A so that I can keep track of them, because I do want to answer your questions. My favorite quote used to be that technology would never replace a realtor. However, a realtor with technology will replace a realtor without technology. Well, on November the 22nd, 2022, something changed. OpenAI became publicly available, and I follow Gary Vee and Charlene Johnson, and both of them stated that ChatGPT, which is a product of OpenAI, will change the world. Now, it took me about a week to go and sign up for this platform, but since I have signed up, I will tell you AI will not replace you. However, a person using AI will replace you. AI stands for artificial intelligence, and we have been AI'd for roughly 10 years consistently. One of the ways is through Otter.ai. Otter is a tool that plugs into Zoom, and I've always had my Zooms transcribed from video to text for my blog post and for my email marketing. Well, Otter AI has been a plug-in in Zoom ever since 2019. So this is not new, but it is definitely growing, and it is growing fast. When we talk about growing fast, this is what I want you to keep in mind. The amount of time it took to get to 1 million users, it took Netflix 3.5 years, Airbnb 2.5 years, Facebook 10 months, Spotify 5 months, Instagram 2.5 months, iPhone 74 days. It took ChatGPT 5 days to get to 1 million users. ChatGPT is one of those rare moments in technology, and I will tell you, I pride myself on getting 7.5 hours of sleep every night. I have not slept 7.5 hours since I first logged on to the platform. There are numerous nights that I'm going to bed at 4 a.m., which is unheard of for me because of the possibilities, because I have trained a free assistant. Actually, I will start paying for that assistant today because I just signed up for the pro version of ChatGPT at the cost of $20. So I have me a monthly assistant now for the cost of $20 because I want to always have access to the platform. Today, ChatGPT is estimated to have reached over 100 million monthly active users. Okay. So this tool is the fastest growing online tool in the history of the internet. We also have AI stock. When you start thinking about Microsoft, you start thinking about Adobe. We have numerous real estate companies that have infused their companies with AI. Compass, Zillow, Realogy as a corporation. And so the question is, how are we going to use these tools as realtor members in order to grow our business and implement a free and or low cost assistant? That's what I want you to think about. Think about that long to-do list. Think about how you're not leveraging your time or being as effective as you can be. That is where artificial intelligence and chat GPT will come in. How do I even get here? You're going to go to openai.com. But this is what I want you to think about. There are other platforms like Jasper, Copy AI. All of these different platforms are fueled by OpenAI. OpenAI made itself publicly available November the 22nd. So when you go over to OpenAI, there are two different tools inside of OpenAI. One is ChatGPT. GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, okay? And then the other one is a tool called DALL-E, DALLE. DALL-E is what is fueling the new world of text to photo. And if you use Canva, there are three new AI tools inside of Canva. You have text to image, you have the magic write, and you also have their bulk upload, which is similar to a mail merge. Now, when we come over to OpenAI, right now it is very hard to get on this platform, but I'm going to give you some alternatives to that platform. Okay. When you go over to OpenAI, Right at the very top, you want to click on Learn More, and you will then come into the back end and you want to sign up for an account. There might be a wait list for you, but you can have access to the premium version. The premium version of this account today is $20. I just paid the $20. So when I think about the possibilities, let me just give you one. When I'm talking to my fellow realtors, especially my fellow realtors who are Spanish speaking, Latinos, members of the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, one thing that they have consistently told me is that they want checklists and all forms to be in Spanish. Well, there's a tool called Duolingo. I'll tell you that I just formed my own bilingual advisory board to take every single form, every single checklist that I have in English, translated to Spanish. But because I am not Spanish speaking, I know no Spanish, okay? Then I need my bilingual advisory board to advise me on the forms that are being translated. And as a result, they get to sell these products on an affiliate basis, but they also receive the opportunity to exclusively do so for 6 months to a year. We haven't really finalized that, but that is just one of the possibilities. So these are some different tools and apps where OpenAI is the back end of these platforms. So we have GitHub Copilot, Keeper Taxes, so tax translations, mathematical calculations, viable, and then anything that you need in a translation, it can do it. Duolingo is, get this, okay, a free, fun, and effective way to learn a language. OpenAI, which costs little to no money, is the back end of this website. Back in November, December, a lot of people were using a tool called Lensa, Lensa. Lensa, from the palm of your hand through an app, allowed us to load 10 photos, and in return for $4.99, it would send us back 50 photos, okay? And for $9.99, it would send us back 100 photos. Well, Lensa made $10 million in 1 month based on OpenAI, but the tool Dolly, Dalle. So there's endless possibilities of how we can implement these tools. And it's really one tool into our business. It just does multiple things. Okay. So it's one tool that does multiple things. But I want us to come here and see some of the things that it does. You can do Q&A. You could summarize something for a second grader, but you could also summarize it for a freshman in college. You could also summarize it as if you were a graduate of Harvard. So you get to tell it how you want the content. It's called a prompt. The better the prompt you write, the better the results you will receive. And in those prompts, I'm going to slide over because I forgot to get something out of my bag. You give all of your prompts a tone, okay? And so you might want to buy this book, which, if you're going to use this tool, meant to pull this out earlier, Words That Sell, okay? Because I need to be a better prompt writer and I need to make sure that I'm giving my prompts the correct tone. You can do text to command, you can do English and other languages. You can do classifications. You could do movies to emojis. Like, it's quite a few things you can do. I have written songs in the King James version of the Bible on overcoming obstacles in real estate. That song is funny. And so anything you can imagine, ChatGPT can potentially do it. When you come in here, you could do the answers, the classifications. You can get the code to code your own apps, to code your own Chrome browser extensions. You can do conversation, so think Q&A. You can do generation, so any type of hierarchy order. You can do translations and transformations. So I know that this is a lot. We're going to do some simple things with it first that all pertain to the world of real estate. Here would be an example. On the left side, the question is create a list of 8 questions for my interview with a science fiction author. I said, well, this is a real estate class. Let us create a list of 8 questions for my interview with a for sale by owner. And it gave me what motivates you to sell your property without the assistance of a real estate agent. Can you provide an overview of the property, including the size, location, and key features? So all I did was type in the prompt, create a list of 8 questions for my interview with the for sale by owner, and it gave me those 8 results back, generally in less than 30 seconds. Okay, so that would be an example. I said that we could also do English to other languages. And so I took translate this into Spanish. What motivated you to sell your property without the assistance of a real estate agent? And I don't know if that is correct, but that is what it gave me back. That's why I formed a bilingual advisory board, because I don't know if that's correct. But this is what I want you to think about. For what I'm going to do with the forms, I'm actually going to ask it to write the code, and then I would run the individual forms through a scanner so that it would translate the whole form. I would not do this one line at a time. So we asked it to give us the questions, and then we asked it to translate the questions. This is just scratching the surface on what we can do inside of OpenAI. Now, when we write the prompt, we want to give the prompt a tone. Here's an example of some tones. It could be an angry tone. It could be a sarcastic tone. It could be a sad tone, a happy tone, an excited tone, a sneering tone. Well, that is where the book Words That Sell come in. So when I go into this book, I'm going to go up, of course, to the beginning of the book. And let's say that I wanted to do something, let's do informative, okay? So I'm going to turn to page 49 in the book, and we're going to look up prompts for the word informative. Now I could say, use an instructive tone, use an educational tone, use an illuminating tone, use an enlightening tone. Sounds a lot different than these tones. And what it's going to do is give me a response in that tone. So when using these tools, because it is as simple as a question, the question is a prompt and the prompt has a tone. The better the prompt you write, the better the results you're going to receive. So you always want to be clear. What is it that I want to receive from any AI tool that I am using? So want to point something out here. I came over and I decided to write a more thorough prompt, but you also notice the red, which I'm going to address. Real estate agent. I want you to act as a veteran, top producing real estate agent. I will provide you with the details on an individual looking for their dream home, and your role is to help them find the perfect property based on their budget, lifestyle, location requirements. You should use your knowledge of the local housing market in order to suggest properties that fit all the criteria for the client. My first request is I need help finding a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom family house near Chicago South Side. Now, I actually asked it to write that prompt. The reason I have that circled in red is because that is a fair housing violation. One of the issues that we are seeing right now in real estate is that most real estate agents are using AI to write their property descriptions. They are not proofing it, they are simply copying and pasting. The reason that AI is giving us information that might violate license law, the Realtors Code of Ethics, fair housing rules and regulations, is because that is what we as professionals have already put on the internet. So, what it's really doing is pointing out the fact that we are flawed, okay? When I say this because what we're looking at is attribution. And so it's pulling for from most of the attributions. And most of the attributions online would have family. Family would be a fair housing violation. So do not use these tools without editing them and proofing them to ensure that they are going to be in compliance with the licensing rules in your state, fair housing rules, and the Realtors Code of Ethics. Now, here is what it gave me back. Sure, I'd be happy to find you a dream house. As a top producing real estate agent with years of experience in the Chicago South Side area, I have extensive knowledge of the local housing market and can assist you in finding the perfect property that fits your budget, lifestyle preferences, and location requirements. Sounds very professional. However, I need to always check it to make sure that it is going to be in compliance with the rules and the regulations. So, what you're seeing is the back end of ChatGPT. It is as simple as typing, as if you were typing a request into Google. But what I want to point out to you, right under that search bar, it says search on the web. OpenAI is only trained up until 2021. Therefore, I should not anticipate it is going to give me the most current information. But there is a Chrome browser extension called Web Chat GPT that allows me to do a plug in into Chat GPT and pull in content with sources that started in 2021. Okay, so it's called Web Chat GPT. Is a Chrome browser extension. When you refresh your browser, then I can turn this on and off if I want information starting in 2021, and it provides where the source is coming from. So that is something that I added when I'm thinking about an answer for today or even in trying to predict the future. Okay. And this is what it looks like. Web Chat GPT. I use multiple Chrome browsers extensions for different things. This is one that actually plugs into ChatGPT to make it do things that it normally would not do. So I'm not a Safari user. I don't know if they have these tools in Safari. I do know that as a PC Android user, that this is a Chrome browser extension, Web Chat GPT. So imagine this. We had started talking about for sale by owner, right? I come back over to the tool and I say, give me a list of 8 interview questions to ask a for sale by owner. I did it initially, but now we're going to do this in order. You'll see that it's giving me different responses. Okay. And if I change the tone, it'll even change those responses. You can also tell the system to elaborate. I then said, list 8 objections a for sale by owner might have to listing their home with an agent. I don't want to pay a commission. I can sell the house myself and save the commission. I don't want to have to clean and stage the house for showings. That one's funny because you still, if you want top dollar, whether you're doing for sale by owner or not, you need to stage and clean your house, right? I don't want strangers coming through my house. How you gonna sell it? I don't have the time to manage the sales process. So I'm like, okay, but how does that help us as a real estate agent? So I then asked the system, how would you overcome objection number one? Well, what was objection number one? I don't want to pay a commission. So it says an agent can overcome the objection of not wanting to pay a commission by explaining the value and benefits that they bring to the table. This can include their knowledge of the local market and the steps they will take to market the property effectively to potential buyers. So it's telling me how to overcome it. However, we're taught in the world of real estate to have scripts. So I said, provide me a script to use to overcome objection number one. Here's a potential script for overcoming the objection of not wanting to pay a commission. I understand that paying a commission may be a concern for you. However, as a professional real estate agent, I bring a lot of value to the table that can ultimately lead to a faster sale and a higher sales price for your home. Now, I read through this script and I believe that it should always be about the client. So I made some changes to the script because I wanted to discuss the benefits to the client first before I started to talk about myself. But it gave me the script to use, and this is a pretty good script, guys. So remember, we don't just use what we see, we want to take it and we want to edit it. And I said, I understand that paying a commission may be of concern to you. However, as a professional real estate agent, I will also handle all the details of the sales process, including scheduling and conducting showings. Okay. So we always want to look at it. It's saving us so much time that I don't understand why we wouldn't want to proof and edit. Also, think about content for your website. So, if you have a blog, think about scripts for videos, think about email marketing. Right now, Wise Agent has brought ChatGPT into their customer relationship management system. I can promise you in the next 60 days, every customer relationship management system will have ChatGPT or some form of AI fueling their email marketing and their landing page creation, whether that's KV Core, whether that's Follow Up Boss, whether that's Top Producer. I just know that Wise Agent is my company's preferred email marketing tool, and they already have Chat GPT inside of the system. So we can help, we can leverage it to help us with our scripts. But I do what's called an 8 by 8, strategically reaching out to 8 people by 8 a.m. based on their Ford, their family, their occupation, their recreation, and their dreams. So there's some things that we're going to celebrate continuously. We're going to celebrate birthdays. We're going to celebrate work anniversaries. We're going to celebrate wedding anniversaries. We're going to celebrate new jobs. So, contingent upon your audience, I said, hey, write me a wish my client a happy and prosperous 50th birthday in a loving tone. The reason is that I'm 52 and most of my friends are turning 50, right? So happy 50th birthday to the most amazing person I know. Wishing you a day filled with love, laughter, and all your favorite things. Here's to many more years of prosperity and happiness. Love you always. Now, I wouldn't say love you always, and I probably would not tell them they're the most amazing person I know. I would take those two sentences out, but I like the wishing you a day filled with love, laughter, and all your favorite things. Okay. The next one is elaborate and ask them when they are free for dinner. Happy 50th birthday once again. This is assuming that you had already sent them the first message. I hope you're having a wonderful day surrounded by loved ones. I was wondering if you might be free for dinner sometime soon. I would love to take you out to celebrate this special occasion. Let me know if there's a good time for you and we'll make it happen. So you can elaborate on a previous prompt because it knows what that previous prompt was. Now, everybody will not be able to get access to ChatGPT itself, but we have other Chrome browser extensions. So when I am doing a regular Google search, okay, I have two additional Chrome browser extension plugins. On the left side, we have Merlin, Merlin. The website is merlin.foyer, Foyer.network. So I came over to the system and I asked it, create a list of 8 questions for my interview with a for sale by owner. In 5.53 seconds, you can see the answer that Merlin gave me. Also on the right side, because I use ChatGPT, I can pull that into my Chrome browser for a Google search, and it gave me yet a totally different set of questions. So I'm taking that AI and I'm infusing it in multiple places in order to help my business grow. So remember, the first one was Web Chat GPT to make your searches, to bring you information in from 2021 till now. And then these are regular Chrome browser extensions to bring AI to your Chrome browser. Bing has rolled out its version of AI, so has Google. Neither one are as good, in my opinion, as ChatGPT is right now. So neither one, they're okay, but they're not great. Okay. And this is what Merlin looks like. Look up at the top left-hand side, merlin.foyer.work. Oh, I said network. Work is where you would go if you want to bring AI into your Chrome browser extension. Merlin, Merlin. Or you can just go over to the Chrome store, and inside of a Google, you can say, hey, take me to the Chrome web store. And here's all of these other possibilities. All of them have grown substantially since I took this screenshot, but I generally pick the one with the top ratings. At this point, I don't foresee me changing the ones that I'm using because I believe that they're quite effective. But there's a long list of AI tools that can power your Chrome browser extension. And I don't know if you use Canva, but Canva has 3 AI tools built into it. And I love Canva, an early adopter of Canva. Canva has built a company worth $26 billion based on landing pages and lead magnets. When we look into Canva, and let me say this, you can own this is limited availability unless you have the paid version. The first thing is they have a tool called Magic Write. So they have their own version of ChatGPT inside of Canva. Okay, so they have their own version inside of Canva. I think you can use it 25 times. After 25 times, you cannot use it anymore unless you have the paid version. I advise everybody to use the paid version of Canva. So, Magic Write is only available inside of Magic Documents. Okay, so you won't be able to just use this inside of any creation in Canva. You have to use Magic Docs. So I'm in Magic Docs. I do a click, it's a little plus sign, and I'm going to go down to Magic Write. When I go down to Magic Write, I said create a list of 8 questions for my interview with the for sale by owner. You're able to now see a comparison of what does AI look like inside of Canva versus what AI looks like inside of ChatGPT. So I thought that I would show you both of those examples. On the left side, and they sound actually they sound pretty similar. What motivated you to list your property for sale by owner versus what motivated you to sell a property without the assistance of a real estate agent? Okay. Um, how long have you been the owner of the property versus can you provide an overview of the property, including the size, location, and key features? Keep in mind, I did not give it a prompt. So I could have said the way that a veteran real estate agent would ask that question, and I might even get more details. Okay. So top left is Canva, Magic Doc. You can use it. It's a limited allotment that you can use it before you get the paid version. Okay. The next thing that I want you to think about is if we were to take these responses and put them inside of a CSV file, we can now do what is called bulk upload inside of Canva. Or we can take any content and put it inside of a template, okay? So every box inside of any document, you can do bulk upload. I want you to think about mail merge, okay? So all of these seller tips, if I had these seller tips in a CSV file, I could load them and it would create all of these examples. One of the ways that I've used the bulk upload is when I have positive testimonials, if they're in a CSV file, I'm taking that and I am creating testimonial posts with the content from the CSV file. But inside of Canva, they call it bulk upload. So we have our magic, right? And we have bulk upload. Both of these are AI tools inside of Canva. The next one is text to image. On the left side, I typed in a purple modern house with large floor to ceiling windows trimmed in black, and it gave me the 4 images on the left side. I prefer to use a tool called Mid Journey. So on the right hand side is Mid Journey text to image. Both are AI art. So we can now create our own thumbnails. We can create all of our own images because of artificial intelligence by using what they call a text to image prompt. I know it's a lot, right? When we start thinking about our real estate businesses, I want us to think about research, the buyer, think about the whole buyer's journey. Are we providing them with step by step ways in order to navigate these journeys? Okay. The possibilities are endless right now. I want you to think about, do you have enough money to retire? What businesses can you create right now today in real estate to help you? So we're talking about research, search, any contact, follow up of that contact, viewings, decisions, offers, closing, move in. Once all the paperwork, how do we compile the paperwork? How do we disseminate the paperwork? What can we do with the paperwork? Okay. Now, I'm seeing a lot of questions. I want, if you have some questions, to please come on over to the chat and start typing those questions in, okay? Also, let's see if I can move my picture down because I do have a gift for you. So let's see if these questions came in order. Are the images free of copyright? So Charles, inside of Mid Journey, they give you 25 images for free in which you do not own the copyright. However, I pay for Mid Journey. I paid $96. I get to create 200 images every single month. I own the rights to those images. I am using those images now to create books. I'm using those images to share on social media platforms. So, with the paid version, you have the right to use those images as you see fit. Can we get a recording copy of your training? This is great. And I had no idea how awesome this is. I'm going to allow Katie to answer that question. I do believe you can access it on the back end, but not sure. Do we use developer mode for web? No, you don't use developer mode for the web chat GPT. Oh, for the web chat GPT, when I went over there, I don't recall if I used the developer mode. I'm going to say no, I did not. Okay. So Deanna, I do not recall using the developer mode. Lisa, will we be able to access the notes for this? So much good stuff. You can use the PowerPoint. I don't have any notes, but yes, you can definitely have the PowerPoints. Let's come back. Did you say Mid Journey? Yes, I did say Mid Journey. MIDJORNEY. Mid Journey, it's blue. It looks very strange, guys. However, in order to use Midjourney, you must download an app called Discord. Inside of Discord, you can use a lot of AI art tools, okay? That would be Playground, that would be Dolly, that would be Midjourney. All of these are text to image tools. So a part of me feels like a 20-year-old because Midjourney is definitely the tool that my teenager uses. But when we go back and we look at this artwork, I want you to think about the fact that it is all prompts that is creating that artwork, okay? It is all prompts. And I'm going to see if I can do something here. Background effect, turn screen share on. I'm going to try something aggressive here. I am going to see if this screen share will work. Katie, can I try that? Because they asked me.
Absolutely. And while you're doing that, we do have a couple more questions popping up. So one answer is yes, everything will be recorded, and we'll send you a follow-up.
Can you see my Chrome? Can you see my Google screen now?
Yes, we can see your Google screen.
So let me show you the first one. And I'm going to come back. We're going to go to Midjourney, and you want to click on join the beta. Okay, and this looks real crazy, but let me show you what you get before I show you how to do it. So I'm going to come over to Community Showcase. These are the most recent pieces of art created, and these are the top pieces of art created. So let me just tell you what the prompts are. This is a bedroom melting into an ocean. This is what Milky Way in a glass bottle 4K Unreal Engine Octane render. Okay, that is the prompt. I'm going to actually take you over to my home feed to show you some of the different art that I have created. So yesterday when I was in Denver, I wanted a real estate agent presenting a report on a laptop. And this is the art that it gave me. Okay. This one, I specifically asked for a Latino real estate agent showing a property in Miami. That is what it gave me. This one is a home with a for sale by owner sign. You can see none of the for sale signs are correct. So you might have to bring that into a Canva and put a new sign on it. This was that purple modern home. Okay. So you can create artwork. What I thought was one of the cuter ones was this is a black llama in front of the Aurora, Colorado municipal building. So a realtor has a black llama and wanted me to create this, and it was only that one sentence, but I think this is the cutest one. A brown dog with big brown eyes in front, sitting on a lawn in front of a red house. Okay. So these are just some of the possibilities, but in order to use Midjourney, I'm not using Midjourney to create the art. I'm actually using a tool called Discord. Okay. And let's see if it'll pull open for us. Okay. Don't switch. When I come over to Discord, you'll see I have Lexica. That's a text to image tool. OpenAI, so the chat to solving problems in OpenAI is inside of Discord. Playground AI is also text to image. And then you have Midjourney. I always come up here to direct messages and I go to the Midjourney bot only because I don't want to see everybody else's artwork. So the way to do this is I'm going to do /imagine. And then I come over and I tell it what I wanted to do for me. So let's say that I wanted to create a big black dog drinking water. Okay, just so we could do something. You'll see that it's going to start working, and probably within a minute, we will have completed artwork based on a big black dog drinking water. Now, while we let that do what it's doing, and you see the images starting, so it'll do a couple of variations as it is creating that art. But if you've never done this before, when you come into Midjourney, you're going to scroll down on this left-hand side and you're going to come into a newbie room, whether that's newbie 130, 160, or 190. The reason I don't do this is because I don't want to see all this other artwork. This is cute. a cute a couple being happy marrying, okay? But these are logos, that's a house, car. These are all the things that people are currently creating right now. Well, I don't want to see all that, right? So that's why I tend to hang out only over here in the app. And here is our big black dog drinking water. I think it's the cutest thing ever. So mid journey, to use it, you would then need to have the Discord app. Discord is free. And I now pay what, $96 a year for actual mid journey. Couple of questions came about inside of Canva. Where will we go to find different tools? So the first thing is to use the magic right. You have to come into Docs. Okay. So to use the magic right, it's only available inside of the docs. All right. So I'm going to come over here. We're going to hit this plus. We're going to hit magic right. And in this magic right, I'm going to say provide 5 tips to sell a house faster. And we hit enter. And so it's starting its magic right tips for us. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. And it moves a little slower. So we're going to let it do its thing. And then, so these are the tips that it provided. I'm going to just highlight this and change the font because I can't see that. Let's go over here. Price the house competitively, make the house look inviting, get creative with the marketing, hire a real estate agent, consider staging. That was the 5 tips, okay? For the text to image, the text to image can be done inside of any document. Okay, so let's go to a Instagram post, okay, because it's nice and square. When I come over here to the Instagram post, we're going to scroll down on the left hand side. Most of you would have to go into apps to find the text to image. It's actually the last two that I use. So I'm going to click on the app. When I click on the app, we're going to ask it to do a big black dog drinking water. And down here at the bottom, I can decide if I want concept art, photo, a painting, a drawing. Let's do a drawing, okay? We're going to do that inside of a square. We're going to hit generate the image, and then it's going to give us, we detected words that may result in unsafe, offensive, remove it. So we're going to do a big blue dog. How about that? Since maybe that's the word I'm pretty sure that they're thinking of. So let's do that again. And let's see if it gives us the artwork, okay? So that would be your text to image. Oh, these are, I think this is pretty, okay? Now you're gonna have limited capabilities when using that tool, okay? Let me come back over here. The screen is going to look a little strange just to see, do you need to specify female? So let me come back and I'm going to do the stop sharing. When it comes to the text to image, you need to be very specific. It often defaults to Caucasian and in a business environment to men, okay? So we got to get it over that hurdle. If you were to go look at my mid journey, you'll see that I specify black female, black male quite a bit because that's not what it's naturally going to give me. So would you state a female real estate agent? Yes, you would need to do that. Most definitely be as descriptive as possible about the person. Marky, can you remind us how many free photos you get in mid journey per month? Debbie, you get 25 free, and then it is a charge of $96 per year, and you get 200 images per month. Okay. So you get 25 free, period, for life based on that email address, wink, wink. And then you need to pay. Can you share what you use these for? So, Deanne, I'm using pictures for everything. Anything that you would go do a right click, save photo as for a picture, I'm using those photos now. I'm creating my own AI art because I like to always be different than everyone else. So I have my own unique art. But what the ways that I'm using it now is for my book covers, for my next journal publishings. Anytime that I'm sharing some kind website blog post, you can use them in that manner. Okay. Let's see here. Mid Journey. Yes, yes, yes. Uh, what is the email address? Wendy. So when you're signing in to a Midjourney account, you're giving it an email address so that when you then sign into Discord, you should have like email addresses. Well, what people often do is have multiple email addresses and have multiple accounts because then they can get 25 free per account. That was the wink wink. Okay. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, guys, what other questions do you have about artificial intelligence? Because there's so many great possibilities of the things in which you can do. If you've not had a chance, please pull out your mobile device and scan the QR code so that you can get my 8x8 planner. You can get my 1 month connection calendar. You can get my Facebook Live posting strategy, and you can get one of my lead funnel systems because we create landing pages using Google Forms connected to our Canva account and create all of our lead magnets inside of Canva. How do you get around ChatGPT being full to gain access? Well, for me, Charles, uh, that was where you get those Chrome browser extensions. I no longer have that problem because when I tell you I just paid today for the 20 bucks, in order to use it, there's no way unless you're going to pay to get around it being full. It has been full now for 6 weeks. That means you have to try to use it in non-peak hours if you want to continue to use it for free, or you can use the Chrome browser extension, Merlin, and it will pull from the back end of ChatGPT to give you that response. Are any of these tools mobile friendly? Yeah, I actually use ChatGPT and Discord on my mobile device. I don't use a app for it. I just go to the Chrome browser extension and use it on my mobile device the same way I would on my computer. Do you have recommendations for using chat bots with Facebook to respond to customer messages? Well, let me say this. This is a chat bot. I would say that the ideal person to talk to about chat bots and response would be Jeremiah's J-Man Monero. Him and also Alex Camilo would be great for that. I currently don't use a chat bot only because I don't like people to send me 3 and 4 responses and I haven't said anything back. It's annoying, right? And so I personally don't use one. I use it because I'm using I let me say this. I use a chat bot. I don't use it in that manner. So J Man and Alex Camilo would be great people to talk to that about. So yes, the tools are mobile friendly. I don't use chat bots to respond to customer messages. How do you get around Chat GPT being full? I would say you would want to use the paid version. It's $20 a month. Tell us more about the six-figure workshop. Well, when you sign up, you're going to get the six-figure video. So I want to say it's a 30-minute video, but I strategically reach out to 8 people by 8 a.m. based on their family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. I provide you with a 30-minute training on that, but I do have a private membership group. You will receive an email about the private membership group because I provide a monthly master class, monthly group coaching, 4 tutorials, one every week, a preview to my podcast, and I sit in the hot seat, but that is 6 figures in 12 months. And a lot of the tools that I develop is to support my private membership group, but I provide some of those tools free to the public. Will you be able to send us all of this to our email addresses? Denise, I'm going to make an assumption that USA Mortgage is going to do a follow-up and they will link to the recording for you and to the PowerPoint, okay? So you can anticipate a email. Katie's hopping on to tell you if that will occur.
Yes, and I also put the link in the chat as well. So the markylemons.com/roadmap. If you weren't able to scan it, I did put that link in the chat as well. We've had lots of questions still about will this be recorded and sent out. I'm just going to do one quick thing here so that hopefully everybody will still be able to scan if they need to. So still you can scan the QR code. We definitely will be sending out a recording of this and a follow-up. Marky, just the chat is blowing up with everybody saying how great it was. Becky Klein says, such great info, so awesome. Carolyn Shepard, it's being recorded. Everybody wants to know if it's going to be recorded. So absolutely, we will get all of this information out. The links, I had posted the link to the book in the chat, but I'll send that out as a follow-up too. Marky, you are definitely a fan favorite. I actually had, hopefully he's still on here. He didn't put it in the chat. He sent it privately, but so I won't name names, but he said, thanks for making me feel so old today. So I love it that you have the latest and greatest, newest info for all of us. And I know my brain was just firing about all the different ways people can use this. And, you know, Marky kind of gave you one end of the spectrum, but even if you just started out with something small to automate some of your systems with the text, you know, maybe not doing the artwork and all those things yet, maybe, you know, start small. And I think that this is just going to, like you said, take over and continue to grow and be such a great tool and a resource for agents. So thank you so much. We will have our next speaker series in March, on March 16th, and our guest will be Elliot Eisenberg, a national economist who will be here to talk about the market. I know we've heard some beginning of the year stuff. This will kind of be into the spring market, see what they're starting to say and predict throughout the year. He's very entertaining, so I think you'll enjoy it. He's not your typical boring economist that sometimes we hear from. I know NAR has some great ones. I've heard Dr. Jessica Lautz recently, but Elliot Eisenberg is going to join us next month. So the sign up for that will be the same link that you use to sign up for Marky's. I think right now on the sign up, it might still have Marky's info, but you can click the dates and you'd be able to sign up for next month. It sounds like maybe, Marky, we might have to have you back later in the year. I know we have you in November for sure. So if you can wait till November, we'll have Marky back. She always kind of does a business planning for the next year. So, wow. I mean, if AI and ChatGPT, so much has happened in such a short period of time, it's like, I wonder what we'll be talking about in November.
Well, let me say this. We can definitely do another AI course. I currently have 7 AI courses, including a NAR ethics qualifying AI course. I kind of spoke on that when it comes to the fair housing aspect. But if we're just copying and pasting the content, it is likely that it will have some rule violators, which is why we need to always proof anything that AI provides us.
Absolutely. Oh, and Marky, if I didn't need one more reason to love you, now I think that you're also a dog lover. So we can add that to the list because I am as well. I have 2 rescue dogs. So that was great too. All right. If there's any last questions, I think right now everybody's just giving you the love, talking about how much they enjoyed it today. Oh, Marky is the GOAT. That's from Venetia Johnson. I don't know if you know her.
I do. She's from Chicago.
So yes, thank you so much, everybody. We had people from all over the country joining us today. This was awesome. And again, I will be sending out a follow-up. Don't worry, you'll get the info. We'll send you all the links you need. But go follow Marky, like she said, on social, anywhere you can follow her. She is just a wealth of knowledge and information and always so willing to share with everybody. That's why we really appreciate you here at USA Mortgage. Thank you, Marky. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.